we move on to step 5, and step 5 we got to make 2 of, and these are the propeller joints. So again, making 2 of, and the components we need are these E-clips, the 4mm E-rings, so 2 of those. We need our bearings, so they put in these plastic and metal ones, but as you know, we are substituting these straight from the start with proper ball bearings. So we got 2 of these and 2 of the 850s, so they're sitting in my tray because they've got a little bit of oil on them. We got these thrush washers, so you can see here, look, they match up. So thrush washers. We got the propeller joint, and we need 2 of these guys. Again, these are the only 2 that are left, but you can offer them up with the drawing and make sure, but there they are. We also need some E components, so we need this E3, which is this guy here. We also need this guy here, which is a E1. And we need also from components tree B, we need the output cup, the propeller output cup. So we need 2 of those because we're making 2 of these joints together. So simple case of taking our shaft and getting this the right way around. So you can see that's forked on one side, okay? Take our E clip, and again, we're making sure we put this on the correct one. So it's on this side where the flat is. Place it down on the actual desk there, and give it a good push so it's home. Doing it evenly. There we go. That's a little bit of a shove it did. Right. As you can probably saw with it shaking the camera, so excuse me if it does. I'm going to do the same again for the other shafts, so it's on there, so it's done. So because they're bigger, I can just pop them on and give them a good, there we go. That's better. There we are. Lovely. So that's those on. So we take our components here, and probably need a little bit of grease as well. Got my little grease tray here ready for myself. Now, take one of our shafts. So we've got to do this twice, remember. So we've got to take one of our shafts, and it does say put a little bit of grease on here and inside the fork. So yeah, we are going to get that done. So just pop a little bit of that's that bit. And what we need also is this side way. We need to take our E1 first, place that over like that. One of our thrush washers, place that over. And it does say put a little bit of grease on these actually. So I'll tell you what, let's do it by the book. There we are. Take one of our flush washers. A little bit of grease on there. There we are. And then we take one of our E3s. Again, it'll only go on one way because it's got a special D shape. There we are, like that. And then we take one of our 850 bearings and put that on one end. So that's one end done. Okay. And then what we need is on the other side of this, because there's two sides of this. Okay. We then take another one. We take one of our 1150 bearings, place that over the top, like that. And then what we also take is the B component, okay? And then we pop that. Again, it should just, there we go. I think it goes like that. There we are, okay. And I believe it's gonna go something like that. But and there we are. So we've got to make two of those, right? So let's do the other side. Okay, it's done. 2 of those. That's step 5 completed. Let's move on to step 6, and step 6 we need some more screws. So we need the 2.6 by 10mm self-tapping screws, which are these guys here. We need 4 of those. We also need this thrush washer, which is this guy here. And also from our step, we're going to need our component here, which is a 4, which is this guy. We're also going to need an E1, which is this guy, and an E3, which is this guy, as well as one of our propeller joints. So, case of get our gearbox that we made from our previous steps. We need to give this end a little bit of a grease as well, so it says, but yeah, we just a little bit of grease there, just so it's all nicely greased up. There we are. And we need to take one of our propeller joints, and this diagram here is showing you how to line up the bearings, and you're popping the bearings in the outer for the 1151 and the inner for the little 851 at the end. So and then this little E1 spacer fits in the first recess. So I'll pop it in and you'll see what I mean. So it should be there, and we should get it like that. There we are, look, right, there we go. So it should line up nicely. So you can see, you can put the thrush washer, the E1, and you can see that the bearing matches up against the E-clip and it sits in nicely, and the 850 bearing sits in there. So you can see that. Okay, right. And of course, a little bit more grease on here. We need to make sure it's still lubricated around. And may as well do that while we've got the open. And once we've got that in place, like that, we got this other propeller joint that goes over the top. So we need to put some grease on this one. So I'm going to pop that down, and I'm going to pop some grease on here while we got the chance. Only goes on one way, of course. Like that. A little bit of the tissue there. Then we take our thrush washer. So put a bit of grease around here. Then we take our thrush washer, which is this guy. Then we take our E1, which is this guy. I think actually we'll put a little bit of grease on that thrush washer. There we go. Yeah. A little bit for more good measure. Right, now we take the A4 component and we pop this over the top and we screw that into place. So that's gonna, like that. It's gonna go in like that, and then it'll go into place. Okay, and we screw that into place with the 4 screws. And that is step 6 completed.